Hi lovely people, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Ashley and I'm a full-time clothing reseller on places like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Etsy. And first of all, today I need to apologize to you guys because I kind of took an unplanned month off from YouTube, kind of all my social media. Things just got really crazy with the holidays. And then this is very exciting, I'm supposed to be going on a cruise with my family at the end of this month. It was a Christmas present, and I'll definitely try to do some video documentary of that because I think that'd be super fun. But basically, I was really trying to stockpile some inventory because I'm gonna put myself in a little mini quarantine because I really don't want to get sick before the cruise and then end up not being able to go because you have to test negative for COVID before you get on the ship. So it's been hectic. It's been a minute, but today I really want to talk to you guys about my sales from November, December, and my end of the year totals and kind of a wrap up what my goals are for next year. So let's get right into that. So for November, I had a total sales of $5,143.57. My net earnings after my platform fees were $3,770.22. And my net profit after my cost of goods and any subscription fees or things like that was $2,876.43. My average sale price was $27.61 for November. Average cost of good was $4.32, and my average profit per item was $19.90. So also with all these numbers and everything I'm going to be sharing today, I've mentioned before, I really want to be very transparent with my numbers because I want to be able to give you guys an accurate perspective of what my numbers are like, and also I think it'll be useful to me so that I can, get advice from other people, from you guys, about what I can improve on my end about my business. And I overall just want to be transparent with that because I think sharing my numbers can only help myself and other people. Now I'm going to also share my 10 highest sales and my 10 lowest sales from each month. Starting with the highest, first I sold over on Poshmark this pair of Giuseppe Zanotti Croc leather white wedge sneakers, and they sold for $204, so my earnings were $163, and then my cost of good was $12. So I got $151 in profit there. Next, over on Mercari, I sold this Patagonia down zip up purple puffer jacket. I actually got that and the Giuseppe Zanotti shoes at the same thrift store, so that thrift store was pretty fire. But that sold for $139. I get $120.77 to be exact. And then the cost of goods was $30, and that's a pretty high cost of goods for me. But because of that, it was that kind of jacket, it was a down puffer jacket, I knew it could sell for a good amount. And then my profit was $90.77. Next, on eBay, I sold this pair of Freebird Surge booties. They sold for $95. My cost of goods was $9.47. So I get about $85.53 minus the cost of the eBay fees. And then next, on Poshmark, again, I sold this new tag blogger's favorite double-breasted blazer and pants suit set. Now this item had a small amount of damage, so I think I could have gotten more if it had been in mint condition. But it sold for $130, which made my earnings $104. And then my cost of goods was $22.48, so I got $81.52. And then back again on eBay, I sold this vintage Laura Ashley floral maxi dress, and this dress was so cute. Oh my god, it had such prairie girl vibes, it really reminded me of Doan dresses. It was so cute. But that sold for $90. and my cost of goods was $9.99, so I got about $80.01. Again on eBay, I sold this pair of Free People high street platform shoes. These were like a leather crochet-ish like sneaker. They were pretty cool. But they sold for $88. It cost me $13.50 to get them. So my profit was about $74.5. Another eBay sale was St. John multicolored tweed blazer. And that one sold for $80. I picked it up for $6.99, so I got about $73 in profit. And then over on Etsy, I really don't make that many sales on Etsy, but sometimes when I do, they're like a higher price. So it's kind of worth listing things over there anyway. But I sold this vintage braided moto jacket, and it was a leather jacket. It sold for $90. My cost of goods was $20, so I made $70. And then on Posh, I sold this new tag Love Shack Fancy X Target. So it was one of their designer collabs that Target does. And it was the Phoebe dress, and that sold for $90. I got $72 from that. My cost of goods was $9, so I made $63. And then finally, my 10th highest sale, which I was going from highest to lowest of the highest sales. These weren't my lowest sales at all. Was this Ralph Lauren Fair Isle Sherpa that was new with tags. I actually picked this up at TJ Maxx. It sold for $90. It cost me $32 to get it, but I still made $58 in profit. Now on to my lowest sales for November. So I'm gonna start with my absolute lowest sale, and that was over on Poshmark, this Lululemon Run Warm-Up Crew long sleeve top. This I picked up at a consignment store, so I actually might not have paid the full price that I listed because I think I traded some stuff in. But I picked it up, and when I got home, I realized there was like color bleed of the stripes all throughout the entire shirt, so it was not in great condition. It wasn't really fixable, but it sold for $11. I got $8.05, and I bought it for $19.20. So I had negative 11.15 in profit. And then on Poshmark, my other second lowest sale, yes, was a Carhartt tan brown men's t-shirt. It sold for $5. I got $2.05. So the cost of goods was 93 cents, and I made $112. So you know what? I still made a profit on this. I think my only loss was that first item. So the rest of these are just pretty like low overall sales. But you know, I wanted to share these with you guys just to like also share my mistakes and the things that I'm like, oh, I should not have picked that up. I shouldn't have done that, because I think that's a really good tool to learn from. So next on Poshmark is this Free People lightweight lace accent linen sweater. And I think this was it was like really lightweight piece, and it was an older piece. So that sold for $6. I got $3.05. My cost of goods was $1 because I got it at the bins. So $2.05 was what I earned. Then on eBay, I sold this Shade and Shore snake skin, that's a tongue twister, one-piece swimsuit. And I had this for a really long time, but I also got it at the bins. It sold for $4. My cost of goods was $1, so I got about $3. And then on Poshmark, I sold this new tag ModCloth Taking a Tropical Twirl baby doll dress. That's what I'm going to be doing the end of this month. I'm going to be taking a tropical twirl. But I picked this up and I thought it was going to do way better, because I do think some stuff from ModCloth can do well, and especially the like larger sizes, because ModCloth has really great size inclusivity. But this item just did not move very well, and I think I paid too much for it to get it. But it sold for $15. I got $12. I bought it for $8.99, so I only made $3.01. And then on Mercari, I sold this Athletica Be Bold Breathable Sports bra, not bras. I think I might stop picking up sports bras, to be honest. At least from Athletica, they haven't been doing that well. but it sold for $5. I got $4.05. I bought it for $1, so $3.05 was my profit. And then I sold also on Mercari this splendid tie-dye purple maxi beach dress. Now this one, I tie-dyed it myself, and I was so excited. Like, I thought it was gonna be so cute once I dyed it, and then I messed up the dyeing, so it was just a whole mess. I think it would have done a lot better if I had dyed it correctly. But it had like this weird, almost brownish color mix thing going on, so it just didn't look that great. But it sold for $5. I once again get $4.05, picked it up for $1, and $3.05 was my profit. And then on Poshmark, I sold this new tag Lucky brand blue tie-dye boho sweatshirt top. And that sold for $10.50, so I got $7.54. I picked it up for $4.04, so $3.50 was my profit. And then again on Poshmark, I sold this new tag Spiritual Gangster Love Savasana top. I think Spiritual Gangster is definitely not selling very well anymore. I'm gonna be really selective if I pick Spiritual Gangster up. But anyway, it sold for $20. I got $13.54. I paid $10, and I get $3.54 as my profit. And then finally, my 10th lowest sale was this new tag Cupshe plus size ruffle strappy one-piece swimsuit. It sold for $10. I got $4.59. I picked it up for 94 cents at the bins, and I get $3.65 as my profit. So moving on to December now, I had a total sales of $4,370. So a bit worse than November, but still a pretty good month. And then my net earnings after my platform fees were $3,238.39. And then my net profit after cost of goods and subscriptions was $2,377.59. My average sale price for the month was $27.63. Average cost of good price was $4.94. And my average profit per item was $16.70. So starting with my highest sales for the month, my highest overall sale was this pair of Freebird by Steven Kapolein boots. And they sold for $275. I got $220. My cost of goods for this item was $78, so I paid up for it, but I still made a profit of $142. Next, on Etsy, I sold this Patagonia vintage purple and green chinchilla. It sold for $75. I picked it up for $5, so my profit was $70. Then on eBay, I sold this Levi's hooded trucker jacket, and this was a men's item, and it sold for $50. My cost of goods was $115 because I got it from the bins, and I made $48.85. Then back to Poshmark, I sold this Free People leopard swing coat, and this was a faux fur like jacket. It sold for $55. I got $44. I picked it up for $1 at the bins, and I got $43 in profit. Next, on eBay, I sold this Lily Pulitzer Adira off-the-shoulder dress. My sale price for that was $50. I picked it up for $8, so I made $42. And then also on eBay, I sold this Acris Punto purple dress. That also sold for $50 with an $8 cost of goods and $42 in profit once again. Then on Mercari, I sold this Lululemon Athletica Dance Studio Pant in green. This exact Lululemon item does really well, so I would keep your eye out for this style. I've had it a couple times and it's always sold pretty fast and for a good price. But it sold for $49, which I got $42.38. My cost of goods was $116, and my total profit was $41.22. And then also on Mercari, I sold this Kate Spade Grant Street watercolor crossbody purse. It sold for $61, so I get $52.83. I picked it up for $11.99, and my profit was $40.84. Then on eBay, I sold this J. Crew plaid blazer. It sold for $40, and this was an older style in J. Crew. But I picked it up due to the fact that it was wool and the pattern, and it sold really well. But I picked it up for $116 at the bins. and it's my profit was $38.84. And then finally, my 10th highest sale for the month on Poshmark was this new tag Free People 1 white Lottie lace-up dress. It sold for $60, so I got $48. My cost of goods was $9.50 and my profit was $38.50. Now on to my lowest sales for December. My lowest sale for December. Now December, I started having more negative sales. So that's definitely something I want to fix. I know part of it is because I tried Poshmark VA and I actually like Poshmark VA, but I was using the feature where it automatically sends offers. And I had also used the like automatic price drop thing. So some of my prices got lower than I would have sold them for, but since I wasn't directly sending it myself, I didn't like catch that. So I'm still figuring, like working out how to use Poshmark VA like for the best result. But so far I do recommend it. I'm liking it. But my lowest sale was on Poshmark, and it was this new tag Tanya Taylor Elsie top. And when I picked this up, I immediately regretted it. I was like, I paid way too much for that because I picked it up for $58. And that's way too high. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, it sold pretty fast. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm taking a small loss, but I just want to move it, get it out of my inventory. And it sold for $55. I got $44. So I was at negative $14. Then on Poshmark, I sold this pair of new tag frame plus size lay high flare jeans. And I had these for forever. I don't know why either, because I feel like frame usually does okay, although I have noticed it's slower. Maybe because they were white. It's not really the time of year for white pants. But they sold for $36. I got $26.34. I picked them up for $39.36, so I was at negative $13 in profit. And then on Poshmark, I sold this vintage rare Looney Tunes canvas bag. This also sat for a while, and I was surprised because I found it right at the time that the new like Space Jam was coming out. So I was like, yes, this is perfect timing. People are gonna go Looney Tunes crazy. But they didn't. So, or maybe it was just the item. But it sold for $7. And I must have had a discounted shipping setting on in the Poshmark VA offers because I only made $159. And I paid $2.99 for it, so I was at negative $140. And then next was this pair of new tag Torrid linen wide leg pants. When I picked these up, I really thought they were going to do well because they were wide leg, they were linen, they were new. I feel like it had a lot of things going for it, but it just didn't do that well. They sold for $8. I get $5.05. I picked them up for $5.91, so I was at negative 86 cents. And then also on Poshmark, as you can see, a lot of my lower sales were on Poshmark this month because I started the Poshmark VA app. So that was where the offers and the automatic offers that you can send with that were happening. But I sold this Madewell short sleeve mini dress in Lawton stripe. It sold for $8. I got $5.05. I paid $3.30 for it, so I made $1.75. Then on eBay, I sold this Ralph Lauren fringe black wool peacoat, and this sale was tragic because, so I was meaning to set the price at $30, but I apparently set it to $3, and it sold right away because of that for $3. I picked it up for $116 at the bin, so I still made $184 for it, but yeah, that was bad. And I didn't want to cancel the sale because if you cancel a lot of sales on eBay, it can really hurt your seller like performance levels, so I didn't want to do that, so I just took the hit. And then on Poshmark, I sold this pair of UGG classic Cardi boots, and this particular style of UGG boots usually does do well. Like I usually sell it for $30 to $40. But these were a lot more, they had a lot more wear than the kind I would usually pick up. The heels and toes were really worn down. So they sold for $8. I got $5.05. I paid $2.99 for them, so I made $2.06. And then on Mercari, I sold this Patagonia Kapolein Razorback sports bra. This also took a while to sell, so someone offered me $4 and I took it. So I made $3.18. I only paid $1 for it, so I made $2.18 in profit. And then next on Poshmark was this new tag Beyond Yoga Infinity scarf. It sold for $9. I got $3.59. I picked it up for 94 cents at the bins, so my profit was $2.65. And then finally, my 10th lowest sale of December was this pink by Victoria's Secret Ultimate leggings. They sold for $5. I got $4.05. I paid $1 for them, so I made $3.05 in profit. So 2021 was actually my first year full-time reselling. I made I made $43,643 in sales. I had a net earnings after platform fees of $30,628. And then my total cost of good expenses and like other expenses that I wanted to subtract before I had like my take-home pay was $6,378. And a lot of that was also, reinvested into new inventory that I'm still going to be selling in the coming year. And then my earnings after all of those expenses was $24,250. So when I did those numbers, I had this moment of like, I feel both proud and like a little bit disappointed. Like I felt proud because I did this whole thing on my own. Like I really enjoy the lifestyle I have right now where I can kind of plan my own schedule. I'm my own boss. I can fit in things if I need to fit them in. I can spend time with people. Like it's really good for me and also for like my own mental health. But then I was also like, oh my gosh, like that's not very much. Like I feel like, oh, maybe I should be earning more. So I don't know, like I'd love to hear what you guys think of like how your numbers compare or what your numbers were like when you first started like reselling, when you first did your first year full time. I had been doing this part-time for like probably like a year before this, along with my other job. I have a background as a photographer. I got a degree in photography at college, and then I worked for a university for a little while. But I like this job a lot more because it involves my love of fashion, and I can incorporate photography with photographing clothes and doing like content for social media. And I still do photography on the side a little bit, just a little tiny bit. But anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this and what your numbers were like, what your 2021 sales were like. But anyway, some more information about 2021. My best months were November, in which I had $5,143 in sales, followed by October, where I had $4,442 in sales. Then December at $4,370, and then August, which really surprised me. I'm not sure how August mixed in there, but that month I had $4,341 in sales. And the one thing I have definitely noticed about my numbers is that they have been trending upward. So I think that's a great thing. Like they have consistently been growing every month I've been doing this. So I think that's a good metric for me to look at. But for 2022, one of my big goals, actually, not really related to my numbers, is just that I want to focus on building my social media more. I've gotten a little bit bad at being consistent, and I really want to fix that. I want to make more YouTube videos. I want to keep doing TikTok and Instagram, which, by the way, please check me out on Instagram and TikTok if you haven't. I'm at the Tire by Ash. But the other thing, I think I would like to have around a $5,000 to $6,000 sales goal per month. And I'm gonna start at that number and then reevaluate as 2022 goes on. So yeah, let me know how your sales were and what your goals are for 2022. I'd love to hear them. And please be sure to like and subscribe and check me out on social media at Tire by Ash. Bye!